to my channel. I'm Sonique, and I thought today I'm doing a little bit of a catch-up actually where I am. And so I have been doing a deep dive this month, as I've been doing every month on Fae decks, and this month it has been the Chrysalis Tarot, and I've already put a video up for the first week, but I thought now I'm at the end of the month I'll actually tell you where I've got to. So what an empowering deck, what a different deck. Forget your normal tarot readings, this is completely something else, and it's so supportive, it's so loving, it's absolutely beautiful. I've really enjoyed my month with this deck. This is the Corsair, and the Corsair has been coming up so many times for me in daily draws and in spreads. So it had a real message for me, and a real empowering message for me. So I've truly enjoyed talking with the Corsair. It's amazing. So I highly recommend this deck. It's the only thing I would say is the cardstock. It's really, really slippy. Now I do have, and you'll have seen in the first video I did on this, I do have the actual big guidebook. But I would say it's brilliant and it's meaty, and it gives a lot of background to the deck, which is great. Especially the first few chapters, they're really worth reading. But you can get away with a little white book. There is enough information in here, absolutely, to work with this deck. You don't need the big one, but the big one's nice to have. It's really got some interesting background to the deck in there. Love it. So decks I've been working alongside with this. In the initial video, for the first 8 days, you'll see I used the Self-Care Oracle. But I've also been using 3 other decks with this. So I used, I've got them here. I used first, I think it was the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. Now this is a Paoli Barbieri deck, and I love their artwork. And I only used this one for a couple of days. That's the guidebook. It's, the Griffin. It's a pretty deck. It's a very pretty deck, but it doesn't seem to have a lot of substance. Maybe I need to work with it a little bit more, but I didn't find it had much depth. And maybe you need to actually know the story better than I do to connect with this deck. I'm not sure, but oh my, the artwork is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I didn't use that one for very long. So that was the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. But from there I went on and paired the Chrysalis Tarot with the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Now this surprised me. I thought it was going to be a little bit fluffy, you know. But then, remember, every rose has a thorn. So no, it's not all that fluffy. It might come across with these beautiful, soft images, but this one really does pack a punch. And so, yeah, that was rather illuminating, rather eye-opening for me. And I did enjoy it, actually. It told me off a little bit, I'll tell you, it did. So it's sort of a little bit of a counterpoint to the Chrysalis. But I really like the attunements that Rebecca's putting in with these decks of hers. Really enjoying those attunements. Something that I'm bringing into my practice now. A blessing for each deck that I'm using. So that's become part of my practice. So thank you for that. That's been so another way of connecting in with the deck. And finally I was using The Medicine Heart by Alana Fairchild. Now, if anyone's had any Alana Fairchild decks in their collection, they will know these guidebooks are meaty, and this one's no exception. show you a few cards. That was the last card that I drew. And I had messages from Isis through this deck a couple of times, reaching out actually from Isis, and yeah, that meant a lot actually. It was unexpected and it did mean a lot. I love these images, absolutely beautiful. I don't know if this is backwards when you're looking at it, is it? Let's see. Yeah, I'm so sorry, it's backwards. I'll try and fix that in the edit. But yeah. Oops, was I done? So that was the third oracle that I used alongside the Chrysalis Tarot. As an addition, my deck that I keep beside my bed, well, there's two actually, I'm just looking at another one. The Spirit Animal Oracle, the tin version. I tend to use that quite a lot. And the other one that I've been using is this one. Unveiling the Golden Age is the Ivy. This is something else. It is, actually, let's show some cards while I'm talking about it. Okay, so these are the backs, and I think I've done a walkthrough of all of these. Yes, I have. I've done walkthroughs for all of these decks, so they're on my channel. I'll link them below. You can have a look at those. But as you can see, it's a lot of fractal images, and so they're really good for meditation. And this went really well alongside the Chrysalis, even though I wasn't using it as such alongside. I was using it before I go to sleep. That's the way this deck's been used, so that I can take it into dream time. However, the Chrysalis Tarot really does recommend chakra work, which also is in this deck. Meditations also in this deck, so they are a really good pairing actually, and all of these decks are so beautiful. So that's been my practice through the month of May. There we go, working alongside the Flickering Moon Cauldron Diary and doing spreads, doing daily draws. Where did I got to the 8th, didn't I, when I was I filmed last, but yeah. So it's been really cool to work alongside the diary and this deck. It's been an interesting month. It's been a very productive month for me, actually. I've done a lot this month, more than I realised I would. And, you know, this deck study has really encouraged me to find my own well, let me just read you my last draw. And I use this as a closing message from the deck. Live life on your own terms. Great risks yield substantial rewards. Have complete confidence and trust your choices and visions for your future. It's your life. So that's just a taste of how empowering this deck is. So, June, a new deck. Stay tuned. I've got a beauty. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and until my next video. Bye friends, bye.